The hardest part of this challenge is doing 10 push-ups. And I mean that literally because I'm only doing 10 push-ups. I'm doing 10 push-ups a whole bunch of times, like all the time. And that's the hardest part. So it shouldn't be hard at all, right? Wrong. It's so hard to do 10 push-ups, man. It's so hard. For me, it's kind of easy. Like I could do way more than 10 push-ups. And honestly, I was gonna say you probably can too, but based off of the demographics in the United States and the world, seems like a lot of people are not able to do even 10 push-ups. So I'm not gonna say that you could do this because I don't know you. I will say it doesn't take very long, it doesn't take very much training to get to 10 push-ups. And if you could do 10 push-ups once, then you could do 10 push-ups again, as long as you don't like break your arms or tear a pec, which is very unlikely. Um, I hesitated. That's what this video is about. Don't hesitate. No hesitation. I don't want any hesitation from myself. I don't want it from you. I don't want any hesitation at all. And that's really where the problem lies with this challenge. I hesitate a lot. And that's kept me from making progress for a long time. I mean progress like in the tally. I don't mean in my physique or in my strength or whatever. That's not what the challenge is about. I mean very, very literally progress in the tally, adding push-ups, 10 push-ups at a time, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. When you hesitate, that is just gonna be awful. It's just awful. That's the worst thing you could do. Could you imagine if you're on a hunt and a leopard just appears in front of you and you freeze and now you're dead because you hesitated? You got to be ready for it. Like, yeah, you're hunting. You're not the only thing hunting. You might be tailing an antelope, but so are the lions. And maybe those lions turn on you and they're like, oh, that guy looks pretty tasty. You got to be ready. You can't look at that lion and freeze. You got to be ready to uppercut or counter. You got to throw that thing off you. You got to have your knife ready. You got to do something. You cannot hesitate. And I'm kind of over intellectualizing this because this challenge is a kind of a hunt, but it's not so much like that, right? You're not going to die doing 10 push-ups. I'm not going to die doing 10 push-ups. I hope not. The thing is, if you hesitate, you're never going to do the 10 push-ups. And for me, the hardest part has been just getting down on the floor and doing that very first push-up. Once I start, and I've talked about this a lot, once I do one set of push-ups and I get that ball rolling and I break that friction, it gets a lot easier. But until I do that, man, is it tough. Just the mental battle of like, oh yeah, I'm going to do push-ups today. I'm going to do push-ups today and pushing it back and pushing it back. And oh yeah, 400 push-ups. That's right. I said 400 push-ups. And I think about that number and I think 400 push-ups. It's really not that much. It's really not that much. But then if I look on a really grand scheme, right? If I look the whole picture, 1 million push-ups, the whole challenge, the whole pie, right? I can't even imagine that. So I really do have to break it down into these small chunks. I have to break it down into 10 push-ups. And in a certain sense, that's the biggest piece I could handle. That's the biggest piece I could even imagine is 10 push-ups. Now, maybe someday, hopefully, I'll be able to get to 100 push-ups in a row. I don't think I'm there yet. I might be, but I don't know. I haven't tried in a long time. I'm just going to say I'm not there yet. So 10 push-ups, that's like the biggest piece I can manage right now. Especially with the way I'm approaching this challenge, where I really am running this race like a marathon and not a sprint. I'm going 10 push-ups at a time, just adding them to the tally. Doing it this way, it's super consumable for me. Like I can understand what I'm doing. And even though I'm planning on doing 400 push-ups every time I do these push-ups, it's it's hard to imagine that number. Like 400 doesn't make sense to me. If I break it down into 40 sets of 10, I can understand it, but 400 push-ups, that's a lot of push-ups, man. Like I have no idea how much time that's going to take. Sometime like I could get it done in 40 minutes if I really sink my teeth into it, but it might take me 2 or 3 hours if I'm being lazy about it. And so like I think about that and I just freeze and I hesitate. And that's the worst thing for me because I'm not making any progress. And what happens is I end up pushing that back. I want to get the push-ups done in the morning, but I think about it, I let it ruminate and just ferment in my mind like 400 push-ups, 400 push-ups, 400 push-ups, keep pushing it back. And suddenly it's afternoon. I haven't done any push-ups yet. And I know as soon as I start, I'm going to get my freaking lazy up. I'm so close to swearing right now because I'm annoyed at myself. I'm not going to swear. I get my lazy butt up. I do 10 push-ups. Suddenly the ball is rolling and I knock out another 390 push-ups and I'm good. But when I don't do that, when I hesitate, it's really bad for me because I just get in my head and I'm not in my body, I'm now in my head and I'm just thinking about doing 400 push-ups instead of getting down on the floor and doing 10 push-ups, which is so much easier. And I want to talk about not giving up because that's also incredibly important. I talked about this in the last video. I referenced Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, which says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." So you don't give up and you receive a reward, right? That's awesome. That's amazing. But that doesn't speak to me today in the moment. It's really important. It's super important to be consistent, to continuously show up every single day or every single week or every single month. Whatever's required of you, just continue showing up, whether it's once a day, whether it's twice a week or 4 times a week or 8 times a month. I don't know. Being consistent, super critical. It's important. But today, consistency doesn't make sense because today is today. We live in the present. And if I am not doing 10 push-ups right now, then what is consistency? Well, consistency was like the past 10 years of working out. And so it seems really easy to say, you know what? I've been consistent. I deserve a little break. I could take a little time off. That's the wrong mindset. That's the complete wrong mindset. It's good to not give up. It's crucial. But in the moment, if you haven't even started, how's giving up going to enter the conversation? When you haven't even started, you don't think about giving up because you've already given up. And that's the real hard conversation, is the moment you hesitate, isn't that just giving up? Freezing? Just not making any progress at all? And I fall into this trap all the time where I like to get things done in the morning, okay? This is a mentality that's really helped me the past couple years. I like getting things done in the morning because if you do something hard in the morning, the rest of your day will just be a breeze. The rest of your day will be slim pickings. It'll be a piece of pie. I don't know what analogy to use. It'll be easy. If you wake up early and you take a cold shower and you get in that freezing water and it's really tough for 2 minutes, and then you get out of that shower and your body just uses its energy to heat itself up, and your body literally heats itself up. You don't rely on the hot water to heat you up. And it was hard, but you get out and your body heats itself up. You're warm now. You're all warmed up. You're ready to go and take on anything in the day. If you wake up early, you get a workout in, you just slam that workout, you get it done, you get that lift in, you go have a meal, you get some protein in. Wow, that's nice. That's really nice. Personally, I always train fasted, Or I'd like to. I said always. That's not true. I don't always train fasted. I always fast. Every single day, I'm intermittent fasting. So until noon or 1 or 2 o'clock, I don't have any food. I don't eat anything. I've been skipping breakfast for, I don't know, half a decade now. And it's treated me really well. It's awesome. Like, okay, I'll put it this way. You have to earn your meal. If you think of yourself as a hunter, are you going to feel rewarded for not doing anything? No, because then you don't eat. As a hunter, you feel rewarded when you put in effort, you get that kill, you catch an antelope or whatever, you chuck your spear, you shoot your bow, or you pounce on a rabbit or something, you cook it up, you use your energy, right? And then you can enjoy it because you've used your energy. And that's really nice. So I like to earn my meal. I like to wake up, get some work done, and then a few hours later, I'll eat. And I feel rewarded. I feel like I've accomplished something. Because in a certain sense, I have. I got my work done, and I deserve this food. Now, I'm not saying I actually deserve it. I'm pampered. I'm taken care of. I got a really nice life. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have my family. I'm blessed to have my friends and the people around me. So I like to feel like I've earned the meal. Because I'm not a hunter. I don't go out and kill animals for food. When I eat, that food's always there. It's waiting for me. You know, I cook too, so it's not always waiting. I have to prepare it. But preparing a meal is much simpler than catching an antelope. And I could say that because I prepared a lot of meals. I've never caught a single antelope. I haven't caught a deer, haven't caught an elk. That's hard. That takes a lot more effort than cooking up a steak that's been sitting in my fridge. It's a lot harder. So if I put some effort into whatever I'm doing, whether it's writing or training or making a video, doing some work, whatever it is, I like to earn that meal because it means something. And this mindset helps me to hesitate less. It hasn't fixed me. I still hesitate. I still freeze up sometimes. But it helps because I know if I'm going to eat, I got to do something to earn that meal. And that's helpful for me. I don't know if it'll help everybody, but it's good for me. And another thing I wanted to bring up today was that kind of coinciding with it really is just the first 10 push-ups that are the hardest part of this challenge, just getting down on the floor, doing those reps. Same thing with everything. I mean, building my physique, it was not easy, but the hardest part of it wasn't like any specific workout or keeping track of my nutrition, keeping the diet dialed in every day. It wasn't, avoiding junk food every day. It wasn't any of that. It was doing that every day, consistently, right? It doesn't matter. Every workout is a little challenging. Some of them are really challenging, but every workout's going to challenge you. Every time you restrict your diet, it's going to challenge you. Every time you have to say no to the food or you push off the meal or whatever it is, it's a little challenging. But the hard part about it is just doing that today. It's great if I did it yesterday and the day before, the year before, the decade before. But if I can't pull it off today, I'm just writing something for my future, and it's not very pretty. If you read a book, if you start reading a book, you read it one page at a time. You don't read that sucker all at once. You can't do that. You read it one page at a time. And the hard part about reading that book is that page. Now, certain pages might be harder than the others, and that's true. Certain pages have more content or whatever. The hard part comes consistently showing up doing it, right? If you hesitate, if you never pick up that book, you're never going to get done with it. And so don't hesitate. Pick it up. Get started. I did 811 push-ups over the course of 2 days here. Adding that to my 86,567 brings me up to 87,378 push-ups completed so far. Thank you for watching. Jesus loves you. I'll see ya. Bye.